Are you wanting to learn how to do programming and make computer applications, but every time you try to get started, it all seems way too hard? Are you an overworked, time-poor teacher or instructor who wishes they could find ready-to-go quality course lessons? Are you a student, teacher, or professional who is struggling trying to learn programming or databases for the first time? Hey, this is Passy from Passy's World of ICT, and welcome to our YouTube channel, The Guy with the White Hat. And you might be thinking, wouldn't it be great to have this lifestyle where you could just be working at some cafe down by the beach? And you could do that being a computer programmer or an IT professional, and we'll show you how. Hi, I'm Passy, and I love making apps and things on computers and teaching other people how to do the same. And we're here in the YouTube studio. I've got a Microsoft t-shirt on. That's really because I'm a Visual Basic fanboy, which we'll explain later on. It's not because Microsoft is sponsoring this video or endorsing it in any way. Anyway, here in the YouTube video, you can only see one of the university degrees there on the wall, but there's actually three of them. First, I went to university, did a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Computing, and then spent some time working with the military doing programming. After that, the next one down, which I don't think you guys can see either, is a postgraduate qualification in business computing. So after that, I spent about 15 years working with major banks and telcos here in Melbourne, Australia, doing programming and then designing and then eventually project management. And the final one here, which you can see, is a Bachelor of Education degree. So for the last 10 years or so, I've been teaching programming, photography, and mathematics in high school. So I know a lot of the problems which people have learning programming, and I understand how hard it is to learn. And so we've structured our course and our lessons in the YouTube channel to cater for all of that. So probably best we stop talking and actually get onto the channel and show you all of the things that are there, as well as the Passy's World of ICT website. So follow me. Okay, so here we are over on the Passy's World of ICT website. And look, we do some Adobe Animate tutorials, and apologies for people who have been following them because we don't get a lot of time to make them, so they're not a big part of our courses here on the World of ICT. We do have the Microsoft Access, so at the top here, if you click on the Microsoft Access link, that'll take you to the Microsoft Access training course. So there's a number of different lessons there for learning Microsoft Access databases. This course isn't quite finished. We're not sure when it'll be finished, but there's a lot more we'd like to add into it. But it's a bit hard because we've got a day job, we're doing the YouTube thing, and we've got a photography business on the side. So it's pretty hard to fit things in. All right, the programming course, let's look at that. That's the main one we want to concentrate on today. So the programming course is here, and there are lessons. And let's just go to one of the lessons. So let's say getting inputs to add two numbers together. Gives you a little blurb about the lesson there. Let's click to go to the lesson and have a look at that. So when you click this link, it'll show you parts of the lesson, what we're covering in the lesson, and you can see we're giving you both the form design, pseudocode, and coding, which is very typical of our lessons, and a lesson overview here, which is a full table of contents. It's got the YouTube video for the lesson. In the video, if you're just on YouTube watching the video, you can go to the description, it'll have a time-coded index. So if you just wanted to look at, for example, the difference between val and CDBL here, this one, you could go in the YouTube description, find that, and there'll be a time code next to it. You can click on it and it takes you straight to that section in the video. All right, then we have download. So what you can do is here, you can click here to download the presentation. So if we click on that, this is a free lesson, this one. So all of the resources are free. So some of our students, they just don't want to watch a video. They want to work really quickly. So what they can do is they can just scan through the lesson slides here, what we covered in the lesson, and just read that. And they're happy to do that. And that's a sort of a fast track way for them to work. And they also just like just grabbing the program code. So we usually have program code as well. Often this will be a step-by-step kind of written tutorial like out of a textbook, but this particular one isn't. It's just a dump of the code because it was fairly simple. And yeah, like to save typing, to save you guys typing time, because we know it takes a lot of time to type code in. Look, you can just copy and paste sections you need, test your program and try it out. So they're the resources which come with the lessons. All right, now some of the lessons are paid for lessons, and people have sent us emails complaining about that, or why should we have to pay for anything? But look, we've spent a lot of time doing this, and so this is quality material. Also, our photography business is losing a lot of money at the moment, so we're trying to offset those losses by selling these courses, and people have been happy to buy the Microsoft Access modules and pay for them. I mean, like, here's a pay for one, because as you can see in the lesson overview, this is a really big lesson, all right? And these ones, yeah, you have to pay to get the guide and the step-by-step Word document. But when you look at the prices, guys, come on, Australian $2.50, like, that's the price of a burger at McDonald's or Hungry Jack's or whatever. And in the US, it's even less than $2. Now, if you're a teacher or trainer, you can get a site license so your whole class can do this for, less than $4 US are the prices shown there. All right, so always check with your teacher first. Your teacher, if you're a student, check with your teacher. They may already have the site license and have these lessons for you for free. So don't go buying stuff when you don't need to, because your teacher might have bought it at all. And look, that's pretty much it. We're going to be adding to these lessons all the time and putting out a video every week. So those videos go to the YouTube channel. So you can find that at Passy's World of ICT on YouTube. And we've got the Microsoft Access training course with the videos for that. And we've got the programming in Visual Basic and Python. We've got some Adobe Animate videos. We've got a whole lot of Scratch programming videos as well for younger people that are interested in Scratch. All right, so now we want to talk about why we are focusing our programming on Visual Basic. We have done a little bit of Python, but why are we doing Visual Basic? All these people have said, oh, why are you doing Visual Basic? That's crazy. So let's just have a look here. So let's have a look at coding a Hello World program and what the degree of difficulty is for doing this in different programming languages. All right, so Scratch, we've got a lot of Scratch tutorials on our YouTube channel, and this is great for young students. It's very nice with the snap together blocks. You get Scratchy the cat asks what's your name, put your name in that box down the bottom, and then Scratchy says hello to you. All right, Blockly is also very nice and easy to use, great for younger sort of primary school students. Python is really good, very simple to code, like we just need 2 lines of code there for you to put your name in and it will print it out. Unfortunately, this example here isn't for that one, because I was using Python Room, but Python Room's just been taken over by some other company and I don't know where all my Python programs are or anything for that. But yeah, look, Python's a little bit boring because it just gives you this boring console output, and so does Ruby, although Ruby is a great educational language as well and simple to code and to learn. So they are all good languages for learning, but we're going to tell you why Visual Basic's the best. That's why we've put on our Microsoft shirt today, because we are a Visual Basic fanboy. By the way, I got this information from a great article by James Curran, A Guide to Programming Languages for Coding in Class, so look that up if you want to read more about it. Now, let's get to Java. Now, people say, oh, you should teach the kids Java because Java's a real lesson that's used in the real world. Look, a beginner program, especially a student in high school, isn't going to sort of just jump into programming and write an app. We don't at high school teach people to be dentists or surgeons or super specialists straight away, right? We have some general broad learning first. And jumping into Java, you can see straight away it gets really complicated. This is just to say hello to a person, hello world, the first simplest program you write. And look, JavaScript isn't much better either. There's all these functions and libraries, sort of braces they've got to put around things, and it's all way too complicated and students hate it and they're turned off programming straight away and they don't want to do it. So definitely the Java languages are out, and Visual Basic is fantastic. To write a Hello World program, you just need some very simple lines of text that aren't too hard to understand. And the great thing is you can have a Windows application form. So you get a screen that comes with it as well, which is so much more interesting than a console, okay? So you can easily put an image in there as well and have that appear. Put your name in, it says hello to you, and that is great. And we'll show you some of the other Visual Basic programs, because we believe this is the best beginner's lesson, right? It's nice and simple, and it teaches all the programming structures and things that people need to learn. It's going to teach them if else, case statements, all right? How to read input files, how to do arrays, all of those things, okay? So these are projects which are either on our YouTube channel now or are coming up in the not too distant future, all right? So we've got the tennis team one here, and you don't have to do tennis, you can make it a soccer team or whatever you like. That's an upcoming lesson where we have an array of people, and we can search the array and find particular players. We've also got another screen which is gonna hang off that. We're gonna kind of build it into a little mini app here where you just choose a player and it reads a text file and will give you their kind of or biographical information on the screen as well as a picture of them. So they're upcoming projects. Here are some projects that our students have done that have been learning Visual Basic, because we've been teaching this a long time. And students love this because it's colorful, it's creative, they can do interesting things. It's so much better than some boring sort of online academy console type of thing that they're working on, all right? So these are some of the programs. Whether we're going to get YouTube videos up for these in the near future, we don't know. We'd love to do the noughts and crosses game, because that's a fantastic fun one which the kids really love making. And you can see they do their own kind of different things for it. Visual Basic 2 can do sound, so you can play sound files. You can also play videos. You can have pictures on it. It's so much more interesting way to learn programming, and definitely from our experience, 10 years of teaching programming is the best language for people to do as their first language, to learn about programming, okay? So these are all programs we've done with our students and they've loved. The classic old guessing game program, you know, which is a good little algorithm on that one. Okay, and you know, some of the twists the kids make on them. This was a top 5. The idea was you click on each number and it reveals the picture. And when you press go to heaven, this wasn't part of it, but this student added it on. Pranked, there is no heaven for a commie. So that guy obviously doesn't like communists, all right? So Visual Basic 2 is also number 5 in the top 10 programming languages. Who would have thought? Now, you're not going to build an app and put it onto, you know, iPads and Android phones and sell it and make a whole lot of money with Visual Basic. It is really a fantastic educational learning language. But it is rated number 5 in TOB's top 10 languages, a rating that comes out regularly. It was at number 6 in February 2018, but just at the end of last year, in December, it reached its highest level ever, which is the 5th most popular programming language. So look, it is a great language to learn, and subscribe to our channel. We're putting out videos every week, and you know, you can learn how to program in Visual Basic. We've also got the Access Database course and other things as well.